Hi guys, so today we're going to do a makeup tutorial, and so I just want to share with you guys a little bit of my story, and so I can show you guys, like, okay, I was on TikTok, and what I'm realizing is that TikTok is just like banning everything. Like, it's just the system of TikTok, they already said is not going to work. So since America said that they didn't want TikTok to be a part of anything, the shopping experience is great for me on TikTok. However, the whole like communication and talking, and that's not gonna work because I'm the kind of person that wants to create a platform that is safe not only for the kids but for the adults as well. So building something like TikTok that will help you not have to wear, not, use a filter. You can use a filter. I think everything is good with using a filter because a lot of the time we don't have time to wear makeup. It's not that we're insecure, it's just that we really don't have time to do this all day long. It kills time. Sometimes it's just easier to just put on the filter and just play, like, and just do your makeup. It's sometimes you just have something to say, and I think this is so good for the black community and the black brown community, and I think this is so good for them because a lot of them don't have money to to do their makeup, and they don't have money like everybody else has. And I think TikTok is really a great help for them. But however, the bad thing is that there is a lot of sexual assault that goes on in the black community. There's a lot of crazy things just because these people have a lack of knowledge. They don't have proper educational systems. I've been able to communicate to so many people. Shout out to Good Seed for doing their best, and we want Good Seed. Please donate to Good Seed. But I really want to see that Good Seed is doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm going to continue to talk to them. I'm going to continue to find out what is it that you guys need help with. Like, I need you guys to communicate so that when it's time to donate, we don't want to donate to people that are not feeding the poor. They're not doing what they're supposed to do with the money. So what I'm hearing from Deja is that some of the social workers are not getting the assistance that they need as well. A lot of people in the brown community suffer from their own mental health, mental problems. And so with them suffering from those mental problems, we got mental patients that are dealing with mental patients, and it's like not making the problem, taking the problem away. People that suffer from mental illnesses, you can tell they're not very good at communication. They're not very good at talking to people. They're just abusing people, and they keep sending out that line. So when I was at Volunteer America, there was a lot of people in the brown community that were actually really abusing. They were the workers, the employees, like they were really in there abusing like the clients, right? And when I got to Volunteer America, a lot of the clients were telling me, "Hey, these staff members are horrible." And I was like, I was like, "Oh my God." She was like, "You will see it. You'll be able to see it once you stay here long enough. You'll be able to see it." So I did stay there long enough. I didn't stay there too long, but I stayed there long enough to be able to see what the problem was. And so once I was there long enough, they started to treat me that way. And I was sitting there like, "You're fired." Like, I just wanted to fire everybody right away. But because I didn't have no power to fire anybody, I just decided to dismiss, to leave. So I left, and once I left, I spoke to my caseworker Tremaine, who Tremaine is actually a good employee. I mean, I want to reach out to Tremaine, but Tremaine was really good, right? But Tremaine has emotional issues where he feels like he wasn't cared for enough. What I liked about Tremaine was the fact that Tremaine was actually putting up some money, helping me, even if he was a caseworker. Like, he has a good heart. But there was something that was not right that was going on. Oh, lack of communication. There was not enough, because I was a client, they were having problem communicating to me because they don't know what I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna do, or you know what I mean. And so I was just saying, "Hey, you can communicate to me and let me know what's going on so that I can be able to help you guys better." But sometimes in the black community, There's no trust, so they fear that, you know, you're gonna tell them this and tell, but that's not the case. And it's like, if I don't get, like, what I was telling Tremaine, like, if I get housed, you get connections. You can come here, we can talk, you can get help, you building a friendship, a relationship. I can put in a good word for you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but I need you to do your job. I need you to do it right. And in the Black community, I don't think they have proper communication skills, and they do suffer from their own mental issues, which makes it extremely hard for them to do the things that they're supposed to do. There are a lot of them that are doing good, but guys, I'm telling you, brown lives matter. We have to help these people. We can't just, I've been there. And so I've been able to see where the problem is. I'm not going to sit there and pretend, because I enjoy working. I enjoy getting things done. I'm not the type of person that is just going to lie about things that I need to be done. I'm not going to be there and just start making up stuff just so people can just give me. I want to fix it, because not everybody knows how to fix it the way you know how to fix it, because not everybody has been there, right? If the problem is fixed, there won't be all these issues that are keeping people, like the Justin Bieber issue. Like, if the problem is fixed, Justin Bieber and other people like Justin Bieber won't be trapped in horrible situations, right? So with that being said, I want you guys to understand the importance of helping the brown community, the Black community, and educating them. I'm not saying tell them every single secret of your organizations or your life, but at least teaching them how to survive and teaching them how to be their own people, right? First of all, I want you guys to know, in the brown community, in the dark Black community, making fun of each other, telling each other you're not beautiful enough, you're not pretty enough, you don't look good enough. Focusing on looks is not going to get you anywhere. Yes, image is everything, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is what's inside of you. The most important thing is the knowledge you obtain. You guys, if you hang around nothing but each other, yes, I want you guys to stick together and know how to deal with each other, but at the same time, I don't want you guys to be afraid to go outside of your race. I want you to go to outside of your race so you can be able to learn from other races and bring it back to your own race, like learning English, learning how to speak properly. If I can come all the way from Africa, right? If I can come all the way from Africa and learn English. I lived with the Black people, with the Black community. I learned Ebonics, but my mouth, I can't talk like that for the rest of my life, because that's not the way I was raised. You know, that's not the way. When I go home, I talk normal. When I'm in school, I talk like, hey y'all, what's up? Because I'm talking to a whole different group of people that only understand Ebonics, right? But you guys have been living here long enough. If you stop going out, if you only stick to your race, you're not going to learn how to speak proper English. You're not going to be able to communicate to the white community. You're not going to be able to do business with them. Guys, you got to be able to do business with them so they can know that they're safe in this country with you here. So we don't have white supremacists and we don't have Black supremacists, right? We're not trying to take over their country. We're trying to work with them. And if we don't have someone to communicate, it's going to be a lot harder to bring peace in this country, right? In every community. And so, you know, Chinese people probably feel like they come in this country. You know, guys, nobody is using you. And I know you guys feel like we're only talking about Blacks and whites, but if the issue doesn't get resolved between Blacks and whites, it's always going to be a problem, right? Chinese people know how to defend themselves. Chinese people know how to be good to each other. Chinese people, everywhere I go, I see Koreans and Chinese stick together. I don't see Korean and Black. I don't see Korean. It's rare, right? But everywhere I go, I see Chinese hang out with Chinese, this and that. And that's fine, because you trust each other. You don't have to be our friend, you know? But a lot of times we're really wanting to know, like, why are you here? Are you here, like, what is your goal? To live? But if you come to live in this country, you're going to have to learn how to work with everybody, how to make things work. That's how business works. Business in the world of business, there's no racism. You can't do business with people with a racist heart. You know, and even if you do have a racist heart, you have to pretend like you're not racist in order for you to even make any sales. You get what I mean? So racism is no way to do business. It's not saying don't be cautious. Don't be careful, always be cautious, always be careful. But having a racist heart, there are so many different people that come from different countries that are beautiful, right? And it's not just It's not just white people that are beautiful. There are so many beautiful Chinese people. There's so many beautiful black people. There's so many beautiful Spanish people, people in different races, people in different colors, right? But we need to focus on the issues, that the biggest issues in this country, right? I have no relationship with Asians. No relationship. I don't know you guys. I don't know you. You don't talk to me. You don't. There's nothing I know about Asia. All I know is the stuff that you guys have made, which is amazing, and I appreciate it very much. I thank you for it. But what I know is whites and blacks and Spanish. You know, I know about Spanish culture. I don't know about Asian culture, and all I know is that Asian communities, they eat a lot of like meat, and other communities do too, but you guys need to start eating more vegetables so you can live longer, because we need you guys. We love the stuff that you have made. Everything is made in China. China is always busy. God bless China for being busy. I do say God bless TikTok for being available, but TikTok is not reliable. You can't rely on TikTok to tell them all your business. Just go for the shopping experience, and that's it, right? Go for the shopping experience on TikTok, and that's it. So here we are, because at first I was using TikTok because of the filter, but now it's just like, I don't even need that. I don't even need to be on TikTok. I don't need to be, those people on TikTok are just wasting time. YouTube is the place to go and have real conversations. People on X is good, but they don't really talk. Like, you know what I mean? Of course, everybody's like, buying followers. There's nothing wrong with buying followers. You shouldn't tell people they shouldn't buy followers. The only way the white people in this country started off buying followers, because sometimes you have to buy followers. That's the technique of getting people to follow you, is when people see that you have a certain amount of followers, they're going to follow you. A lot of the people that you buy to be followers, those people are also real. There's a lot of those people that are actually real, but then there are some people that are not real. But those people that are not real keep your foundation strong, meaning there are people that can't stand to see you all the time posting, so they run from the content. And so the next app that we make, we want to teach education on how to use the app. Like, I could teach TikTok how to use it, but I'm not going to be on TikTok anymore. I'm going to remove all my videos and just use it for the shopping experience, and that's it, because they've made it very loud and clear that they don't want to talk about Justin Bieber. They don't want to talk about white people. They want to talk about them. This is not a Chinese country. If you guys want to talk, then start telling us your issues. Get on camera. We don't see any, you guys talk. What's your problems? What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about your issues? Tell us what happened. We don't know. You don't have a relationship with us. It's a business relationship. So therefore, they don't want to talk about Justin Bieber. They don't want to talk about the issues of this country. We are a family, right? The whites and blacks, we've always been a family. I've been a family mostly with white people, and you guys can't get mad at me for that, because it's not my fault. My mother is African, and the people that saved her were white people, right? But I've also been around black people, and I've had such a great relationship with them, and they've taught me how to dance. There's a lot of things I didn't like about them, and that's why I couldn't stick with them. That's why I was like, well, I can't hang around you guys for too long, because we're not mentally connected. And when you're not mentally paired or connected with someone, you just can't even hold a conversation with them. There has to be some sort of there has to be a mental bond. Like, you guys, we have to be able to connect on the mental level in order for us to communicate. And that's where the white community got me, is because they're able to actually talk. We're able to talk. We're able to understand each other. It's not like we're just talking to a wall, right? And so when I'm with the white community, I can actually have an actual conversation. If you can have an actual conversation, an intellectual conversation, not just talking about nothing, talking about some stuff that is actually really important, so that we can build a better country and a safer country. And once it's built, we can help other countries get better. It's not that we don't want to help China. We want to help China. We want to help. Why wouldn't we help China? China has helped us in so many ways. However, we need to fix the problems that we have here. What about Dubai? Dubai is so expensive and has so much money. Why don't you guys go to Dubai? America is not the only country that's just having all this wealth. You know, Dubai has a lot of money, right? And when these countries, and one thing you have to know about America is America has a heart for people. This is what I love about America. And guys, we're using these amazing TikTok shop, TikTok shop. I'm going to deactivate my account from the TikTok shop because before they even ban me, because I know that now they're gonna just try to ban my account. And so when they ban that, they're gonna try. I don't want to mess up my name. And they get smarter. I don't think those are people that you want to work with. People that they're smart, they know how to fix the system, and they don't want to do it, right? And they don't want to communicate. They just want to collect information, but they don't want to give anything back. And they, they think they're smart. That shit is stupid. I don't want to deal with that. Prove it that you're not you're not the enemy of the state, right? Prove it. And like I keep telling you guys, like in the white community, they're doing their best to listen. I can tell they are. And it starts with food stamps, right? Guys, if our kids are not talking about what's going on in their homes, they're getting sexually abused, sexually molested. The internet is the safe space to go. We need to make the internet available for people to talk about what's going on in their homes, sexual activity, rape. Once you find out, if you make it comfortable for them to open up these pedophiles, you can take them to jail, catch them right away, right there. Tell them, where is your apartment number? What apartment are you in? Ask their children, put it right here. But when you say, oh, we're not supposed to talk about this, we're not supposed to talk about that, you're not going to catch the criminal, and you're going to make it unsafe for so many people. This is why I'm not going to be on TikTok anymore. And this is why the United States, that they don't want Joe Biden. I don't want him either. I don't want him. I don't care about the shopping experience. We'll figure out something else of our own. There is nothing shopping will do for us when kids are not safe. And the first step to safety and recovery is communication. First step. We need to know what your parents are doing to you, right? What are the fathers? These fathers are pedophiles. And then when you say, oh, this is not a platform to talk, we want to hear everything. Cursed words, put it on there. I don't like to hear people cursing, but if you tell them, if you make it mandatory to put their real name, they're not gonna curse. They want to do that outside. But if you put if we put a section for the people that are cursing, that are ignorant, that are this, you give them a section to release that stuff, and give them education. Let them stay there and let them curse, but don't put them on the platform, until they learn how to communicate properly, because they're probably in transition, right? Because it's harmless if it's on the internet. It's more harmful if it's in real life. That's where I'm going with this. Like I told them, I try to tell them, when I hear them cursing, I say, well, why are you here if you're not going to talk about real life stuff? What's the point of you using the internet to curse and to say the wrong things but not educate? And that's where education begins, letting them know. Once you let the enemy know where he's wrong, or where she or he is wrong, he's going to change his behavior. You have to use intelligence to communicate and be like, so what's your purpose? Right? What's your reason for being? And that's going to go in their head and be like, man, what is my purpose? They're going to really think about it. All right, guys, so we're going to take a break right now. And we're going to turn on some Justin Bieber, because I love the topics that he was talking about here. Justin Bieber is actually a really smart guy, and he's been through a lot. So right now, because of the things that he's been through, he's unable to really communicate the way he needs to communicate. And I don't want to force him to talk to me. I want him to talk when he's ready. I don't want to force him to donate to anybody in the black community. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. I don't want him to do anything he doesn't feel comfortable doing whatsoever. And me being his person, I'm not a racist person. I'll do things according to what I feel is right. I'll talk to my husband about what he can help me do, but he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to. I am his safe home, and I am the person he comes home to, and it's not good for him to feel unsafe, around me. So it's important to know that I will choose him every time. It doesn't matter how many black people die because he says I don't want you guys to be, to be with them. Okay, I will always choose him. You understand? Because he's my twin. He's my mirror soul. But I'm trying to help you guys. Do not talk to him badly. Do not curse him out. You understand how much power he has over me and how much power we have over each other? It's the same power. He may not have that kind of power over me, but I'm just telling you, when you're soulfully connected with someone, it's all about compromise. Okay? It's not about, otherwise we wouldn't be twins. It's not about he wins and this. No, it's about we are communicating to each other. I need you guys to understand the power of twin mirror souls. We can't deny each other. There is something inside of us, something inside of him that is a part of me, and something inside of me that's a part of him. We can't be enemies. Or else some more dangerous things happen to each of us. So we have to learn how to compromise and work with each other.
All right, I know you went to the bathroom. Did you wash your hands? Oh, you look upset you washed your hands. Disgusting. I know. That's okay. Sit down. Justin Bieber's here. People are here. Yeah, we got a lot of people.
You look so much taller than last time.
A little bit. I grew. That's what you do when you grow up.
Do you know who are these people in here?
We got like 6, 7 camera people. The rest of them are all your people who just are always around the office, but I come to town and
They show up.
you know what I mean?
They kind of linger.
Right?
You look good.
Thank you.
Don't tell me how good I look. I'm not hearing that from you.
You look awesome. You look refreshed. You look handsome.
All right, more about me.
Keep it going.
No, what do you mean, by the way? The only thing that makes me mad about your single is we needed it at the beginning of summer.
Like one thing I do want you guys to know is I love TikTok. I love what Joe Biden is doing. He's brought to us something that we can do, but I don't think that Chinese people know how to open up and that they even want to open up, right? So let's just focus on keeping, either replace them or find something that can help us, because they're helping us. They're giving us affordable. TikTok is giving us good, affordable stuff, right? They just don't want to talk about sex and things like that, and we respect that.
Right.
It's a great summer sounding song.
Right.
So why'd you wait till autumn?
That's their fault.
I think it's just timing, right? I think that just as far as me being ready to get back out in the world, because once it starts, it doesn't stop for me.
Yeah.
So it's just, was my mind ready? Was my heart ready? Was this the music that I wanted to release? Because at the end of the day, I don't know if you'll ever really know. That's when trust really comes in, and faith, and being like, okay, now I did my part. We could go back and forth on, is this the right sound, or is this... But I think at this point, I'm finally like, you know what?
But real quick, let me say something. White people, don't pay attention to that. I want you guys to know that it's so important to talk about sex. It's so important to talk about what's going on with these kids. People are recording these children, especially white children. It's not just black children. White children are being molested. I hear it all the time by their own fathers. I had this white Jewish boy tell me his father touched his penis. There is so much going on in the white community as well. So don't think that just because they look all clean and everything looks good that these things are not happening, right? So I want you guys, there's so much blackmail and manipulation that comes with wealth. So I need you guys to understand that. So I want you guys that are making, I love Elon Musk and what he's done with Elon Musk has done such a great job with X, and talking to him about what he can do to do better. And so one thing I do want to let you guys know is that all you have to do is press exclusive content. You can't, the same thing what he's doing. Just put a shield over it. And TikTok has it, but the system is still messed up.
I
So
love what I do. I love the style where I'm going in my direction right now. So
It's always been about the music, and unfortunately, over the last couple of years, it was about other things, stories in the paper, this and that, and it's always been about the music for you, and you love the music. It should always be about that.
for sure. That's why I got started, and that's why I, do what I do is because I do music and not because I don't know. I just these last couple of years have been just a learning process for me, and I'm just happy to get back out here.
And you should. During everything, like all the stories out and all this. What did I always say? Every single time that a weird story about you came out, I'm like, guys,
You just can't help feel judged though, when you come back and you see people that have been talking smack about you, and now they're being all smiley, so you try to come to the situation unfazed, but at the end of the day, you still have those thoughts and feelings that are like, okay, are these people really for me, or are they against me, or are they just doing this because now I'm helping them, or I don't know, I just have all these mixed feelings of like awkwardness.
don't. I mean, it's easy for me to sit here and say don't,
Yeah.
because you're going to feel the way you want to feel,
Yeah.
but it's about the music. It's about the album.
Yeah.
Let the album do the talking.
And
You don't have to say anything.
Honestly, out of everybody, this guy always had a positive thing to say about you.
Yeah.
He was like, you were his Justin.
I just like that you and I have been doing this since the beginning, right? So you
Yeah.
supported me. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all you guys. And I'm really, and you say it's about the music, and it is about the music, but it's also about like the legacy that I want to live and the legacy that I want to leave behind.
That's
And it's a
weird.
lot of pressure, but it's also something that I'm okay with because I know the platform that I have and the people that I'm able to reach. And it's like, I don't want to take that for granted, but I also don't want to be like, I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. So this next chapter, I've just been like, I'm going to be who I know I am, be who I know the people who believe in me know I am. And that's all I can really do. I can't really ask for more than that.
No, you can't control everything and everyone. Sometimes you got to sit back and just let it happen.
I just want to be around people who I feel are supporting me, uplifting me, and making sure I'm the best version of myself. Because there's so many people in this industry who just want to keep seeing me fall and seeing me, on the other side. But
You really think there are people who want to see you fail?
100%.
Why would anyone want anyone to fail? I don't understand it. But what do you think?
I think it's just human nature. I think jealousy takes over. I think certain things that we can't control. Like, I know sometimes I get selfish. Or you ever been in a room with someone just too happy and you're like angry because they're so happy? I get like that sometimes. I'm like, fuck this dude, like, why is he so happy? I think that's just like jealousy, and I just want to work at being better every day at all that stuff.
And surrounding yourself, this is the important thing we can all take away from this. Surrounding yourself with people who support you.
That's where it starts.
And don't waste time on people who aren't good for you.
But it's got to be on you, you got to make the conscious effort. Because for me, it was so many times it was good people coming in my life and tugging at me, but I wasn't ready. They were like, Justin, come on. But I wasn't ready to take that leap and be like, okay, this is what I want to change. This is who I am. This is not who I am. But it takes moments of clarity to be like, oh, that's why I'm not like this. That's why I shouldn't do this. But without those moments of realization, don't just do stuff because someone else is telling you not to do it. Don't just do stuff because you feel, oh, this person's going to think this of me if I do this. No, do it until, maybe I'm a bad influence, but for me, I was like, no, I'm going to do this until I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. And maybe I was wrong, but that's how I learned, and I feel like I'm much better for it.
Hey, we're all learning.
Yeah.
And it's not a youth thing. My dad, who passed away at 90 years old, basically, up to his last day, his last breath, he always says, I'm never going to know it all. I'm still learning. Even at 90, the guy was still learning things and trying to figure out life. So what about trusting people?
Trusting people's hard, especially for me.
Well, why is that?
Because I just, I've trusted people who I probably shouldn't have trusted before, and they've kind of hurt my heart. Just like, I'm a pretty sensitive guy.
Right.
So I'll lay it all on the line, and then they'll kind of like pull it. So now I'm just kind of figuring out, okay, there's certain people I can do that with. Certain people we're here, but we're not here. And for the people on the radio, I know you don't really know what that means here and then here, but I did a visual effect for
I
you.
saw it. I saw the whole thing. You know, it's so hard to just give someone your heart and say, hey, it's yours to break, so
Yeah.
don't mess with it.
Yeah.
But, you know, we need to have people in our lives we can trust because, you know, that's...
100%.
And going through life not being able to trust anyone, that would be awful. So you got to pick and choose wisely,
100%.
you know?
And just like, but do it. Don't let people. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll tell the people. Don't let someone who ruined your trust ruin that next person's chance to gain that trust. Because just because you had some bad food at one McDonald's doesn't mean there's a bomb McDonald's across the street that's just like incredible, like the best food. So I'm really like I'm out here and I'm trying to grow and I'm becoming the man that I want to be, and I think it's only going to be easier if I have people supporting me and not bringing me down. So, you know, if you want to ride this train with me, guys, I'd love to have you on board. If not, don't get in my way. All right?
I never thought you did anything wrong.
No, I never thought I really did anything wrong either. I think that just, you know, I'm under a microscope, and there's certain things that, you know, that I can look at and be like, yeah, that wasn't me. But we all have those moments, and as long as we can understand those moments and look at those moments and say, yeah, that wasn't me, and I know who I am.
You know what I did on the way in to see you?
Yeah.
I peed in the mop bucket outside.
See, sometimes you just have to do it.
Sometimes you gotta pee in a mop
Sometimes you-
bucket.
It's on my
Here's the
bucket
thing,
list,
right?
actually.
It's like if Ozzy Osbourne were to pee in a bucket, everyone would be like, "Oh, you're a rock star. You're a oh, we did it. You see him? He did it." Me, and they're like, "Oh, what a bad kid."
So the question is this, and I think I know your answer. I'm going to ask it anyway. Looking at the last 2 years, 3 years, what would you do differently if you had it all to do over again? Would you really do anything different?
Would I do anything different?
Regrets. Is there any regret floating around?
I would have,
We have a droopy microphone.
I'd probably stay away from Miami.
No, but you know what? All that stuff is who you are, man. And you are, and you're building yourself, and as we will do till the end of time.
100%.
The good and the bad, that's what makes us who we are.
For sure. And
No
it's-
regrets, man. Don't
No
have
regrets.
1 ounce of regret.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe Miami.
Honestly, I'm just really appreciative of you guys and appreciative of all the stuff that you guys have done for me over the past few years and supported me through all the nonsense and even not knowing really what's going on, but knowing every time I come here that you guys know my heart and stuff, and that means a lot to me.
Are you in love?
Yes, I am in love.
With what?
Her name's Esther. She's my little puppy.
What kind of puppy is she?
She's a silky terrier.
Oh,
Look at that.
She makes me smile.
I'm in love with my dog, Max. It's okay to be in love with your dog.
Yeah,
totally.
of course.
Totally.
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you too.
Oh, here we go.
Get over here.
Come here.
Oh, my God. Oh, there they go. Making out with a married woman.
Wow. See, I could get permission for this one.
Yeah.
It does feel good.
It just feels so right. So it is.
So, any ballads, any romance on this album?
Yep. We got a bunch of stuff. Sorry, I'm away from you.
Come over here. Your hair's cool, man. Let it out.
Long, right?
Let it
That's
go.
great.
That's good, yeah.
That's nice. Play with it while you got it. Because one day you're gonna look at this. You're gonna have this one day. Look. See that bald spot?
Ooh.
I know. Can you think of anything worse than losing your hair?
Nice.
It's awful.
Make him feel good, Justin.
It's okay. I'm used to it. I still look at my head. Does it make you feel weird when you see your fans and they're crying?
Yes.
Does it make you a little uncomfortable?
Not uncomfortable, but it's hard to try to like figure out what to say sometimes. You know, when they just come up and they're bawling and you're just like, it's okay. Like, I love you. It's all gonna be okay.
There were 2 girls in front of the building today, and they were crying, I think, because you were that close to them.
One was on the ground, like lying on the ground, sobbing, and was just saying, "I got close," or "He was close," or something. And so, I mean, as weird as it must feel for you to see that, there's got to be a part of you that is happy to know that there's still this giant, huge group of people who are so excited.
Yes,
To see
no.
this music come
I
back.
just think it, like if I get happy by the love, if that's what truly makes me happy, then once the hate starts to happen, I'm gonna really die by the hate. So I tend to not get my satisfaction through my fans. If that makes sense. People that love me, I love them dearly. Don't get me wrong, but I don't get off like that. You know, I don't like, oh, now I feel good because they're screaming for me. You know, if I get it through that, then as soon as someone starts to hate me, I'm gonna be like, why don't you, like, I feel like, you know, if I get that love through the people who I know truly, really love me, then I'll step into those environments and be cool, and like, the hate will be fine, the love will be awesome, you know, but just don't live for that.
Right. You know what? I've been looking forward to this day for several years. I'm so glad you came to see us. You look great.
Thank you.
This album's gonna, I know this album is going to be a total defining part of your life.
Thank you.
Because you know what? With all the stuff that's happened with you over the last years, when you have this body of work out there to say to everyone, hey, this is who I am.
Yeah.
You can't talk back to it.
Yeah.
There it
Here's
is.
the
And I'm so
thing, though,
happy for you.
And I just want to make it clear, though, it would have been a lot different, even if I were to come back now, and if I would have, you know, been this arrogant kid coming back and being like, yeah, this is who I am, and still had to smash records, it wouldn't be the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's different. I'm not coming back and being like, guys, I told you, I thought I told you, like, check it out, look at the, you know, it's like, no, I'm here and I'm telling you guys that I want to do this with you. Like, I don't want to do this and try to be something that I'm not. I don't want to try to, or for you to think that he's in his own world, you know, doing his own thing, and he's just like, no, I want to be involved with everyone. I want everyone to know that this is a group thing. I couldn't do this without you guys. So as long as I get that message out there and get the message out that, like, let's crush this, and let's, like, crush life and have fun and create awesome relationships, and that's really what life's about. Growing, eating awesome food, hanging out with pretty girls.
I'm with you. Well, 2 out of 3.
You like the pretty boys.
Justin Bieber, a new album we think's coming out in November. Scooter will tell us. Zoolander, can't talk about it. VMAs Sunday night, and of course, What Do You Mean? We're going to play it now. Justin Bieber, you always have a home with us. Through the good and the bad, you always have a place with us, okay? Remember that. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Hugo has already done his service or not. I might have been wrong. What's up, Rich? Happy birthday. Hi, Dad. What's up, partner? How are you? I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy Sunday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Did you do any sort of church sticker?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, we have like 10 services on.
On live?
We recorded it on Wednesday, and so it's like a stream, you know? So 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m., 10 p.m. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
It's like a mouthful, you know? What are you doing?
Just hanging, man. I miss you so much, bro. Did you get my video? Did you get my video?
Yes.
You did? That's cool.
So I think I was supposed to be going on Judah as to preach the gospel, but I'm not sure if I missed it or not. I think I might have gotten the time wrong, and now he doesn't seem to be.
Yeah. Right. Was that 1 p.m.?
I think so. I think I might have missed it.
Hey, can you do another the floor is lava video tonight?
Okay, will you do one?
I mean, I'm not as creative or as athletic as you.
You should do it anyway, though.
I'll do one, but yours was massive last night.
Thanks, man. I got a lot of good feedback for that.
It's awesome. I feel like you could make it even crazier. Like, if you were walking on foam rollers.
We didn't take much time with it. Like, we set that up in like 15 minutes, and that was pretty much it.
See if you can surf downstairs or something.
I tried to like incorporate the stairs, but it wasn't gonna happen. It just was too dangerous. So I was trying to put stuff there, and it was just like I don't wanna like hurt myself for the amusement for others. You know what I mean?
I miss you so bad.
Miss you, bro. You been feeling good lately?
Yeah, kind of a crazy time, obviously, but we are quarantined in the house with the boys, and we're good. Hey, how are you feeling? He's gonna punish you. He already punished Jesus, and so our message is really Spirit wants to live through us, and so every day we're because of his death that he paid. So Jesus came to fill the whole.
Expecting me to do like I posted that I was in church right now, and it's like they're like
In the house with the boys, and we're good.
Right.
How are you feeling?
Feel good, man. Feeling really good. Feeling really good. People are like expecting me to do like I posted that I was in church right now, and it's like they're like expecting me to have church, so it's like you and I are just like on chat, like not even anything to do with church. Give us a little 5-minute. Who is Jesus? What's the gospel like to you? Like what is the gospel?
What is the gospel?
Give me 5-minute gospel preaching. Go.
The gospel is the good news, and the good news of Jesus is that all of us were born broken. We all have a sense and a desire for God. We all have a hole in our soul. I think it's in moments like this that we're all aware of that hole. We all miss each other. We all miss life and purpose, and humanity's broken. So Jesus came to fill the hole. And so what we believe is we believe that Jesus is God's son, that he came to this world in the form of a man, and that he lived a spotless and perfect life. And essentially he became the atoning sacrifice. That's a churchy word, but he paid the price for our sin because he was the only sacrifice that was worthy to pay the price. He lived perfect. So he went to a cross and his blood was shed, and we believe that if we put our trust in him, that because of his sacrifice, because of his death, that he paid our punishment. That we don't have to fear the wrath of God or the anger of God because of our imperfection or sin, but rather because of Jesus' sacrifice, we put our trust in him, and that he didn't just die, but he resurrected. And so every Sunday we gather to preach that message and remind ourselves that we have a God who...
And you know, guys, hearing how beautiful and how these people sound is, I'm just praying that God does understand that these people are so afraid of him, and they're afraid of his wrath. And when Jesus came, he came as a message from God to see if people were enemies of God and how they really felt about God. Jesus dying was supposed to happen. I guess, I don't know, it shouldn't have happened that way, but I feel like Jesus didn't die for you guys. I feel like they're misinterpreting the truth. They think that Jesus died so that them being sinful would be okay. It's not okay to do sins. It's not okay for gay people to exist, for you to sleep with a guy. And the only reason why you guys are doing it's understanding why they're doing it. There's a lot of women that lack certain understanding and wisdom, that don't understand a man's body the way a man understands his body, and this causes a man to turn away from a woman and for a man to turn to another man. Because when women don't understand a man does not want to be with a woman that doesn't understand him. She's gonna irritate his spirit and make him and make it harder for him to survive, to want to live. So what a man needs is someone that can connect to him on a soul level, someone that knows how to penetrate his body, because he's been there, because he's had his body. There's nothing more it's so different when somebody has actually been in the same body experience as you have, because they understand where you're coming from, how to penetrate your body. This is why people are gay. It's not necessarily because they want to sleep with men. It's because that's the only person that understands them good enough in order for them to be able to be fulfilled, to feel like, okay, because the soul is good, but also sexual penetration is also a major thing in relationships. When your wife cannot do what she's supposed to do, he's gonna turn to another man. Like, I keep trying to tell you how to suck my dick, but you're not doing it the right way, so it's like, what's the point of me constantly repeating myself? I'm gonna look for someone that can do it better. But that's where I'm like, well, babe, you can also be patient with me, and that's where the soul comes in. Do you want me for just sex, or do you want, and why don't you even listen to your husbands? You can do it. Grab a dildo and practice, and be patient. If she's really someone that you love, then you shouldn't even want to go have sex with someone else, because if that person can only fulfill you physically but cannot fulfill you on the emotionally, then what's the point of even being with that person? Don't be a cheater. We don't need cheaters, because you're going to bring AIDS and diseases home. Women that you can't trust on the soulful level, they only care about what you can do for them sexually. They don't care about what you can do for them emotionally. And that's not someone that you want to be with, right? I know you need your body to be penetrated. Make that bitch fucking practice until that shit is done. Practice until she learns. Women, stop. And women we're not raised. Women learned how to be conniving from men. Because first of all, women, when they were home, they were raising your kids, and then you failed to come home and you started cheating on her. And so her own intelligence went out to learn, to figure out how she can be like you, because she wants to be independent. Because when you fail to come home, guess what? She's going to go find her husband, because she's like, where is my counterpart? The universe is like, holds it. When you have a mirror soul, the universe holds it against you if you don't find your other half. It is such a big problem. If you are already whole, it'll be better. You can live without them. But when you don't have your other half, survival is very hard. You're not going to be able to survive. Some people survive, but not many people have survived without their counterpart. That's why so many people are dying. The universe, God spoke the word, and he said, it is not good for man to be alone. When he said it is not good for man alone, the universe created a counterpart for each one of you guys. Okay, some of your counterparts are not here in this lifetime, but they're yet to be born. That's why when you find a child that you're attracted to, and you feel like you can connect to soulfully, there's nothing wrong with falling in love with a little child, a little girl. That doesn't make you bad. It's molesting them. It's when you touch them sexually before their time. That's when it's wrong. It's when you teach them about sexual activity before their time. That's when it's wrong. Even teaching a child how to do sexual activity at a young age is illegal. They shouldn't be introduced to sex at a young age. Wait till they turn 18. That's what America says, and that's what it should be. Right? In case of an emergency, I think it's important to learn anyway, right? Because until we can find a way to get rid of pedophiles for the rest of our lives, it's important to learn for your own survival. And that's going to be something that we teach later. But I just take a chance and I said, don't teach kids this stuff. I don't think children should be thinking about sex at this point. But I think children should at least learn how to work on their own bodies. And we need people that are trustworthy to educate them on how to, on what to do with their own bodies. I think it's pretty safe to do so. As long as if you could, and the problem here is that we want children to focus. You guys are the ones that are bringing us to this point where I think it's very important to talk about sex to kids, because these children are being introduced to sexual activity at an early age, right? And this is like, how do we teach them? Do you think we ignore? Because if Justin Bieber is going through that, do you think ignoring the kid's voice is the most is what, you know what I mean? Do you think making an educational system for molested kids, that's how we're gonna do it? Just make a separate, regular kids that have never been, this is gonna teach them to confess, right? We want to hear your story. We want to hear what happened to you as a little girl. Make it available, make it able. I know you guys think it's not right, but there needs to be something done with this. We cannot have adult parents touching and molesting kids, and kids don't have nobody to talk to. These are problems that get built up, and if they're not dealt with, they cause bigger problems. That person, because nobody dealt with them, they start to abuse another person. Just think about it. If you want to be a safe country, if America is going to be great, we're going to have to think smart. So creating a platform for underage kids that have been molested, specifically for them, you have to tell us your story for us to know. How did it happen? What happened? These are all important things. The lawyers, judge can't do all this alone. Their judges are setting so many people free. It's unbelievable. Right? So this is where it begins. We need to start talking about it here. We need to see the tapes. We need to see everything, because we're not even trusting the court, because nowadays they're starting to just manipulate judges. You understand that, guys? So we're running out of time. We're going to talk more about this a little bit later. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.